This is Algebra 2, Worksheet 3.2b. I'm going to work out numbers 11 and 16 here at the bottom. These are both absolute value inequalities where we're supposed to solve the inequality and then graph the results. Now, I don't have a lot of room to write my work here, so what I'm going to do is use this piece of paper. And so first I'm looking at number 11. The absolute value of 2x plus 1 is less than 9. There are two solutions. Now, most likely in class you used a graphing calculator and you graphed the absolute value of 2x plus 1 and then graphed the function maybe f of x or g of x equals 9. Here I'm going to show it algebraically by separating first 2x plus 1 is less than 9. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. I get 8, and I divide by 2, so I get as one part of my answer x is less than 4. Now the other option, the other inequality you have to solve is by flipping that greater sign so it's greater than and making that 9 negative. Remember that two ways we can get 9 from an absolute value is to get the absolute value of 9, or we can get the absolute value of negative 9. Both of those give us the positive 9 here in the original problem. So this is our second way to get the second answer. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, just like before. This time this gives me 2x is greater than negative 10. Divide by 2, and I get x is greater than negative 5. So my two answers again, x is less than 4, and x is greater than negative 5. On the number line, I'm looking at positive 4. There's no equals underneath, so I'm going to do an open circle. And I'm going to name that 4. And then add negative 5. Again, an open circle. Now, less than 4 means my shading would start here and go to the left. Greater than negative 5 starts here and to the right. They meet in the middle, so there's my number line answer for number 11. Now, number 16 is the yellow one I'm going to do, and this is the hardest one of the bunch because there's a lot of stuff you have to do. What we want this to be alone. We want the absolute value by itself because that'll be more like number 11. So we have a couple things we have to move. We have to take this minus 3 and add it to both sides. That gives me greater than negative 9. Everything else, whoops, minus 2. Everything else comes down. Then to get rid of this negative 9, I'm going to divide both sides by that negative 9. Now when I divide by the negative, that means I have to flip this sign so it's less than. This becomes positive 1. So now I'm left with the absolute value of x minus 2 is less than 1. And this one turns out to be a lot easier after that work than what we did in number 11. So if x minus 2 less than 1, I'm going to add 2 to both sides, and I get x is less than 3. The other one is going to be x minus 2 greater than, flipping the symbol, negative 1, changing that sign, add 2 to both sides, I get x is greater than positive 1. So now here on number 16, x is less than 3, x is greater than 1, here's positive 3, positive 1, open circle for each because there's no underlined, no or equals. And just like that previous one, shading to the left of the 3, to the right of the 1, the shading meets in the middle. And there's numbers 11 and 16.